This is the magicwordpodcast.com.
Hello, this is Scott Wells for the magicwordpodcast.com. And today we are taking our magic carpet all the way to Quebec from Houstoun, but not on my normal magic carpet. I've had to swap it out for today, Flying United, because they go to Canada. Southwest doesn't, I don't believe. Anyhow, so I am preparing to, I think I've got everything in one bag, plus my additional carry-on for my podcast equipment that I'm carrying aboard, and hopefully all my bags will make it. So I said I got one carry-on, but one bag I'm checking through. It should be a lot of fun up in Quebec over the next few days, and so I'll be giving not 4, not 5, but I believe I'll have 6 different daily reports to post each day, so please keep coming back to hear what we have to say and who we're talking with, and as the excitement grows, as I saw Sean Farquhar post on Facebook that it's almost like Christmas. It's just waiting in great anticipation for Christmas to finally get here, and it's almost here. So there are so many of us who are so glad that we're finally having it here in North America for the first time, and although I'm anxious for the next one, which will be, they're talking about maybe Portugal or someplace, again, back over in across the pond. So while I am waiting here, a couple of tips. One is I'm in the United Presidents Club, so I get to not have to worry about breakfast and lunch because it's served here along with coffee and orange juice and everything else. Little traveling tip in case you are a member of President's Club. If you get here about 10 a.m., it's a good thing, but before 10:30, because about that time is when they switch over from breakfast to lunch, going on to 11 o'clock. So if you get here early, you can have breakfast, then later have lunch, because my flight's not going to be until about 2 o'clock. So I've got some time to get ready and have a meal or two here in anticipation, because it's going to be a long flight. I've got about a 4-hour flight to Newark and then on into a little puddle jumper on an Embraer into Quebec. Well, enough about me. Let's get ready, and the next time you'll hear from me, I'm expecting I will be in Canada, if all goes well. So, by the way, what I had, they didn't have donuts here, but I did have a sausage and cheese croissant for breakfast. How about that? Not too bad, pretty tasty. And a latte. So, for the Magic Word Podcast, this is Scotty out. So we have finally arrived in Canada after just a short time. We had to wait a little bit in order to actually miss our flight last night, and finally got in early this morning. Long story short, we're here in Canada, and first person I run into is Alexandria de Vivier.
Hey, how are you, Scott?
Fantastic. So good to see you.
Tired?
A little bit tired. I could use a little nap, but so you're the first person I run into, and so you're going to be on the bill. Exactly what day are you going to be talking?
I think I am working on Tuesday, and then Saturday for lectures, and the close-up gala show is on the Friday. And also I do with Lisa Mena's lecture. We are going to do it as a duo, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I am a fan of Lisa's Mena, she's great.
Well, I know, we talked about that when we were in Paris.
You know that.
Yes, I do. And I know she's going to be talking about her Wonder, is it, Wonders? Cause to Wonder.
Exactly.
Yes. Cause to Wonder, that's the thing. So, I love Lisa.
No, don't say good things about her. She's just right here. She's listening to
she can hear us. Hey, Lisa.
Do you know how lucky you are? Have you got cause to wonder?
So you've actually got your own song now.
Well, it's my birthday, so the song is, do you know how lucky you are?
You're just turning
You're
50 today?
With Lisa Mena.
Good to see you.
Hi, Scott.
So you're going to be on the bill then also talking. When's that going to be?
Thursday. No, on Thursday at 10 o'clock. The one on Wednesday at 8 a.m. is a rehearsal. Because it's so early, no one will come.
Yes, sure. The French will come because the jet lag.
Oh, perfect.
So,
right.
See, it's going to be packed.
Oh, I know. Only the best people will show up at 8 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they've been up all night.
Of course. And we will do it in French.
Okay, oui, c'est très vrai. Mon français est malade, ma.
Oui, moi aussi.
I think we just went off the rails there.
Yeah. Sorry, Scott, we forgot you.
Scott, when you're surrounded by women, you always trip up.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I just follow wherever they lead.
Do you know Tambra?
Tambra, I do not. Hi,
Tambra
Scott Wells.
Swan?
Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Great to meet you.
And so, anyhow, thank you guys very much, and looking forward to seeing you as the week progresses, and good luck.
You've got quite a big mic these days, Scott.
Well, thank you. I'm proud of it, too.
Oh, Lisa.
So with the Magic Word Podcast, that was Lisa Mena, Alexandria Duvivier,
Naughty girl.
Scotty
What
Hale.
are you talking about? It's your mind. It's your mind.
Bye-bye, Scott.
Bye.
See you.
We have not even yet begun the convention, and it has been exciting all day long. I'm sorry, all of you listeners, I haven't had a chance to have my microphone on to talk with so many people, other than we just had Alexandria Duvivier, who was there. We talked with a little bit earlier, but I just ran into Henry Evans and Bernardo Sedlicek and, golly, who else? Dennis Baer from Germany, a lot of other people, and tonight we're having, this is the opening night, actually not the opening, the pre-opening, I guess it is, on Sunday, on the 24th. The convention begins FISM officially tomorrow on the Monday the 25th, but we're here in beautiful downtown Quebec City at the, where are we? What's the name of the hotel again?
Delta Hotel.
Delta Hotel, run by Marriott, and I'm here with the future president of the SAM, Mr. John Sturk, my good buddy. Hey,
Good to
John.
see you, Scotty.
Always good to see you then as well. So you are the future king. So what's the
Well,
deal?
yes. So in about an hour, I'll be sworn in as president-elect
Okay.
of the SAM. And then next year, 2023, at our convention in New Orleans, I'll be inaugurated as the 107th president of the Society of American Magicians, which is still a really weird sentence to say.
I was going to say, what does that feel like to you? I mean, like all these years.
Truly, it doesn't feel real yet,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it won't until next year. But in the meantime, we're doing our best to support Rod Chow, who will be sworn in as national president,
Right.
our first Canadian president of the SAM. And we'll be supporting his programs for the coming year, and then it's my turn in the big chair.
From Chicago.
That's right.
And you're not the first musician who's also a magician, I assume.
No, that's true. A couple people come to mind are like Michael Close,
Right.
Dick Zimmerman, fabulous musicians as well as magicians.
Right. Who also tickle the keys.
Exactly.
A little bit then, too.
Mm-hmm.
So are you going to, in your presidential year, you've been thinking about some things in advance that you want to do, want to accomplish, or places you want to go, or conventions you're going to attend?
Well, I have been thinking about that. And one of the things that I've been thinking about, each year each president chooses a theme. And I'm thinking about what my theme is going to be, and some of the people that I want to call on to help me accomplish it. So I'm gonna hold it close to the vest for now.
Okay, no, I think you should. I think it's important that you kind of hold back some things and kind of observe, because that's subject to change. So got a year from now before that all kind of comes together.
That's right. But we have been doing a lot of great things as we wrap up this term. In particular, this past May, we launched the SAM Community, which is the first of its kind for any magic organization in the world, that we have now our very own social media platform that is open, free, and available to all SAM members.
Which does what exactly?
Well, basically,
what kind of a benefit is it?
Basically, it's our very own Facebook.
Okay.
It puts the U in unity for MUM by bringing all of our compeers together under a single platform, and that, I might add too, is Zuckerberg free.
I was about to say, are you the Zuckerberg of this thing who has kind of been spearheading this?
Well, I've certainly been one of its main advocates, but I wouldn't call myself the Zuckerberg because it's not mine, and we created this for all of our compeers.
And how do people access that?
All you got to do is go to magicsam.com and log in, and you're automatically brought to the community where you can read everyone's posts, make posts of your own.
The pictures and everything, just like Facebook.
Just like Facebook. And you'll be able to also read up on the latest events and news. If you're scrambling to find the login link for V1.1, for example, you'll be able to find it on the community.
And I have, actually, from time to time.
Yeah.
So I want to go back and hear so-and-so's lecture or whatever.
That's right.
So So now you can do that easily.
Yeah,
right
and
there.
we plan at the beginning of August to be launching a revamped MagicSam.com.
Okay.
Our website, while useful, is a bit stale. It hasn't really had a big upgrade in about 10 years.
Now's the time.
Yeah, well,
Past time.
a little past time, but the point is we got there,
Yeah.
and we'll be unveiling that the first week of August.
So I'm here also with Tom Gentilly, who is the current president.
Another 2 hours.
For another 2 hours before you start handing this over to Rod Chow. How has your year
Still on.
been? Yeah, okay. Still carrying the heavy burden.
Yes, it's been in one heck of a year. We've done a lot with the V1.1, V1.2. We've launched the V1.3 in another time zone, so people can go and access all the lectures. V1.1's been around for 6 years. You can log on and get all the different topics and lectures there.
Right.
We have
A lot to be proud of there.
Well, we also still have the podcast that it's called Backstage, which Bruce Calver introduced, and just for me, it's been so great to listen to because you don't get that kind of information walking around and talking to people.
So it's kind of like a news.
Yeah, you get it from the person that lived it.
Yeah, that's great. Have you, during this past year, since we're kind of coming out of COVID, have you noticed a lot of changes with the organizations and different clubs?
I think people are now getting out of COVID. They're back to work. A lot of people couldn't come this weekend because they are working, which was a good news after the last 2 years.
Yeah. Well, the last convention we had this year, John, isn't that right? And Tom was in Las Vegas. Was that
Las Vegas?
Yeah,
yep,
Vegas in January was our mid-year business meeting and our annual convention.
And the annual convention.
Right.
Are you going to be keeping that again at the same time for next year?
No. Next year, 2023, will be New Orleans.
Yeah.
And then in 2024, are we announcing this yet? In 2024?
Don't know.
All right, you know what? I'm going to hold back.
Sure we can.
In 2024,
It's a podcast.
2024,
That's some news.
it will not be in Las Vegas, but it'll be somewhere else.
Okay. What about the timing on this? Is it going to be around after the 4th of July or back in January?
In 2024, it will be around Labor Day.
Okay. You're going to compete with the TAOM?
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, I know what we're doing. Hasn't that already been announced?
I don't know. That's why I'm being cagey.
That's why we're not sure.
Oh, maybe I should go ask the guy standing over there. He might know a little
Well,
bit more.
yeah, he is here. I
Yes,
saw
he
him.
is. But the one for next year, 23,
Yes.
is going to be
New Orleans.
In New Orleans
July.
at what time? That was my question.
July 23rd to
I
the 26th.
believe so, yes.
4 days.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, that was what I was wondering because I missed the last one, and that was kind of at the beginning of people coming out of COVID, and there were a few COVID.
Well, when we did the Vegas in January, it was COVID was resurging.
Yeah, there
and
was
then
another
people,
variant or something.
And
Yeah,
people
that's
got concerned,
Omicron, yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, I can't take that chance," and but it ended up we had a great convention.
Yeah.
I think there was over 400 people that did come. So with the COVID and everything, that was a good success as far as
I've not heard any numbers for this convention. Have you yet as to how many people are attending?
Well, no, we're not quite privy because it's not our convention.
I know. Right.
So I don't know for sure, but I'm sure somebody around here has that info.
Yeah, I'll talk with someone during this time to find that out, but I'm kind of curious. Well, congratulations, you guys. Thank you, Tom, also for everything that you've been doing over the years. And, John, I look forward to yours. And I would talk with Rod. I talked with him when he was in Atlanta. He's trying to make as many of the conventions here during his past year as well. And I know that he's getting ready for the preparations here this evening. So the SAM is having this in conjunction with the FISM because of the alignment of the organizations? Yeah, well, we as the SAM, we wanted to show our support for FISM, and so we decided to have our annual business meeting here, and as well as our installation banquet tonight for our new officers. Yeah, I missed the poutine, whatever it was, yesterday. You know, it was my first poutine. Yeah. I thought it was pretty good. I've never had it. I've never even heard of it until... It wasn't bad. I going in, and I wasn't too sure. Yeah, because I work at a fair that has poutine, and everybody goes, "Where is it? Where is it?" And, wow. But I never saw what it looked like. And it was good. It was, yeah. There you go. How do you do? Well, they do fried cheese curds with the poutine at the fair. Gotcha. This was just clumps of cheese. Okay,
So it was,
interesting.
yeah,
A little
it was
different.
very different.
All right, well, we're getting ready to got to get a martini or something here.
And I think
Yeah, I'm feeling a little parched myself,
Yeah,
Scotty.
we need to go to the bar, I think. Can I let you guys buy me a drink? No, I would do that. So, for the Magic Word Podcast, that was Tom Gentilly and John Sturk. For the Magic Word, Scotty out. So we are still now during the meet and greet and the social hour before we go in for the installation of officers for the Society of American Magicians. And one of the people I'm here with right now is one of the presenters at FISM is Gay Blackstone. Hi there, Gay.
Hi there. I was just thinking, to me, this is very interesting for FISM. Harry and I performed at FISM several times as the main performer in several shows. So I've been to FISM as a performer.
On the other side.
On the other side. I attended FISM as the representative for the Magic Castle in Lausanne in 2006, which is where I also discussed with FISM the difference in the number of votes that we had versus other organizations. For instance, Canada, that had 6 votes and 500 members, and the Magic Castle that had 5,000 members, and we had 3 votes. So we
disparity there.
Yeah, there was a little disparity, and so I pointed that out to them. So I was there as the president of the castle, and in that capacity, thank you, Ali Bongo, for getting me through that whole experience. And now I am here at FISM as just a person coming to watch. I feel like I am the Bill Larson of the day, because I don't have Bear with me, but
That's right. He always carried his bear.
He always carried his bear, but I need to be seeing a lot of acts, because if I have a season 10, I need new acts for Masters of Illusion. So I am here working.
So So as far as they're getting ready to seat us, but real quickly, what are you going to be presenting?
I'm not presenting anything. I am here strictly as a guest.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like interviewed or something.
No. I am just here as a presenter guest, as a guest. I am here that if anybody has a problem for the Magic Castle and bails at the last minute due to illness or anything, I would be like the stand-in backup.
Gotcha.
But other than that, I am here just as a watching participant.
Do you remember what particular shows that you and Harry had been in? Where you were, which cities or countries?
We were in Lausanne one year, the year that the president that was scheduled to be passed away, just like maybe 6 weeks before the event, and it changed cities and everything else, so we were at that one. We were at 2 others, and I don't remember what they were.
Did you always do different acts?
We kind of did whatever they needed time-wise.
Okay. But I'm sure you probably bought some pretty big illusions with you along.
There was one time that we borrowed illusions from Robert Harbin, and they just brought them over from England, which was a lot easier. So I know one year we did a zigzag. I know we also did a dancing hanky. We did a floating light bulb. Harry did committee. So, we did many Blackstone standards.
As an aside, real quick, and then we're going to go get seated, but I remember when we were at the American Museum of Magic and you were talking about the Doug Henning zigzag, and you were rehearsing with that.
Now, that was back at Abbott's, because our equipment had not returned from Trinidad and Jamaica, and the illusion was there from Ab Dixon that he was giving to the American Museum, and so I popped into that one, and we used that one.
That's cool.
So,
all right, we're going to go get seated. So for the Magic Word Podcast, that was Gay Blackstone. Scotty. We are in the main area for the convention center, and the opening gala is about to begin, but I run into a friend of the Magic Word, who is also you're still the editor of the Magic Circular? He is.
Still doing it.
Will Houstoun. Hey, Will.
Hey. Very good to see you.
And you as well, sir. And you're going to be giving a presentation tonight. What is your talk going to be about tonight?
Absolutely. I'm going to be talking about Professor Hoffman, the author of late Victorian magic books, with a focus on why people should care about him today. Whether people do care about him today or not at the end of it is another question, but that's what I'm angling towards.
It's interesting. We're trying to get the same interest on Hoffman as we have for Erdnase, I guess.
Hoffman's more interesting.
You think so?
Absolutely. Don't tell Dick Hatch I said so, but absolutely.
Why do you think, briefly, why would you think that? What has he done? I mean, it's a loaded question. Okay, what makes him?
What has Hoffman done? I have 80,000 words to share with you on that, and I reckon this gala show is going to be starting in 3.5 hours, so we've got time to go through all of them. Might have to save that one for another day.
Yes, we will. Now, this is not your first. You've been going to these for many years. How many of these have you been to?
This is the fourth one I've been to. So I went to Stockholm, I went to Rimini, and I went to Blackpool.
Okay, I think Blackpool may have been the only one that I missed of the ones you had mentioned there then too. You weren't in Den Haag, I guess. You would have been back in '88. You were
missed that one. I was.
You were a young man.
I was 3. My interest was still developing at that point. I hadn't quite got to conventions.
Which, by the way, I should be calling you Doctor now, of course, and Dr. Houstoun.
There we
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. Very kind.
That's your next one, is be calling you sir when you're knighted.
Maybe. Depends on my views on empire and the monarchy, but let's not get too strongly
That's
political.
Another one.
Yeah,
or another day.
This is another podcast for another day.
Well, are there any, after you're finished, are you kind of anxious that you're one of the early speakers so you can be done and then you can relax, or are you a little bit nervous at all?
I think it should be fine. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We can come back and answer that when the worst happens in about 2 hours' time. But it should be great fun. I always love watching the competitions.
Sure.
Huge numbers of stage acts, some great, some less great, all fun to watch. So I'm looking forward to sitting in the theatre for a week and seeing a lot of magic.
And that's what you're looking forward to, obviously, is the competition. And writing this up a little bit, taking some photos. And
yeah, probably. Okay. Probably. We'll see.
Looking forward to it. Will, thank you very much.
Depends how badly it goes. So it's exciting.
How bad it goes, exactly. Whether people want to talk to you then after that.
No, that's true.
Okay.
That is true.
So with the Magic Word Podcast, that was Will Houstoun. This is Scotty out. And so while I'm here, another guy, by the way, Mike Caveney. Hello. Congratulations. We just put up 700 for you.
Oh, I heard.
Have you heard it? Did you like it?
No, I haven't heard it. I've heard people
about it.
I've heard about it.
And?
I can't wait to hear it. Stan Allen told me he learned a lot.
Stan did?
How's that possible?
Well,
I've known him since I was 16.
Exactly. All right. Going to let you run. We'll see you. It's kind of fun running around. And, of course, over here, let me see while I'm talking, that one of the guys is a past president, national president of the SAM. There he is, Ice McDonald. Hey, Ice.
How you doing?
Fantastic. Good to see you, sir. You are excited about this. Have you ever competed at FISM?
No, I haven't had the chance to compete in FISM. I've always wanted to go, but I hadn't had the opportunity.
Yeah. Well, you won a lot of awards and competed in a lot of places. I should say performed in a lot of places all over the world, so that's why I'm surprised that you have it, actually.
Well, you know, I'm like, the creativity at this place is so crazy.
Oh, isn't it?
Oh, my gosh, yes.
I was just talking to Mike Miller, who is intimately involved with this, and he said, these guys are going to blow your socks off this year.
Oh, yeah. I know some of them personally, and they've been working for a while to get this done, and it looks really good. I wouldn't want to be a judge here myself.
No, it'll be very tough. Well, you don't have to worry about that. You can sit back and relax and kind of judge from your seat, and that guy wasn't as good as I thought he was going to be, or whatever.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a hard choice any way it goes.
That's right. Thanks a lot, Ice. Good talking to you.
Good luck.
So, a lot of people. Let me say hello also over here to Craig Mitchell. Hey there, Craig.
How are you doing, Scott?
Fantastic. All the way from South Africa. So what's going on with you?
We're looking forward to a fun 6 days.
Now, you've always given good reports on these things over the years, and you posted them like on the Genie Forum and elsewhere. Can they look forward to reading your reports there again? Or?
We're going to have some of the reports there as well, and there's also a FISM Facebook group, which has got live updates as well. So make sure to join and keep up to date with what's on the go.
And people just go to Facebook. What's the name of the face page?
The unofficial FISM Facebook group.
Unofficial FISM Facebook group. Very good. And you'll be posting pictures or reports or links to reports or videos?
Combination.
Everything and above and all.
Anything as it happens.
Now, you're not a judge this year or anything. You're just here to participate as an attendee.
Attendee and writing up a report for Genie as well.
Okay. So you're going to be in official capacity for Genie.
In official capacity.
Is Richard not coming?
Richard's here. Dustin's here as well. But we can't have one person all over the place. So I believe the September edition is the special FISM edition. So lots to look forward to.
It's going to be what, the edition?
The September edition.
Oh, September will be the one. Okay. So with all of the activities they've got, I was just talking to Will Houstoun about this, about how that they are having activities happening late at night and then the competition beginning at 8:30. So you're going to be missing something, including sleep, I'm guessing.
It's impossible to do everything, which I suppose makes it a fun FISM.
You have to choose something.
You got to pick and choose.
Yeah. So what are you picking right now, aside from your seat here?
Definitely the contest. The contest is
why you're here.
Is why I'm here. There's some great one-off lectures and sessions, which unfortunately you're going to have to You're going to have to sacrifice somewhere.
You got to sleep someplace.
You got to sleep somewhere, and some of the events are up until 1 a.m. And so good luck to those people who want to be there at 8:15 for the stage contest the following morning.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty tough, I think. If you're a company.
What are you looking forward to?
I'm really looking forward to I want to see the stage competition as well. I'm a close-up guy. I really want to watch the close-up, of course. But, my goodness, I'm not going to be able to see. But some of the things I do want to hear, I assume Max Maven is not going to be here.
No, Max is here.
He is here, then.
Max is indeed here. I saw him earlier today, and he's in fighting spirits.
Okay, good.
It's great that he managed to make it.
I'm glad to hear that, because I was a little bit concerned about that, because I just talked with Manichek, and he was saying that due to some flight problems, I guess he's going to be doing his thing via Zoom.
I believe so, and Jan Frisch also cancelled.
And so he got cancelled, okay.
Yeah. I don't know what Jan's issue is, whether it was also travel related, but that was. So we've had 2 cancellations thus far. So Banachek via Zoom and Jan, who they haven't put as an alternative.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to your reviews because they are so thorough. I feel as if that I'm there. I mean, you take such copious notes, and I know there's so little time between each of them. Do you record some things and then go back and...
Nope. Do it live.
Okay.
Do it live.
You jot all these things down, then you remember what happened.
It's a lot of work.
You've got some sort of photographic mind or something.
iPad.
That helps.
Indeed it does.
Thank you.
We'll see you later,
Greg Mitchell, good talking to you.
Cheers, Scott.
It's a lot of fun over here. Hey, Dan Sclair, how are you doing, man? Come on over here just a second. Okay, well, there are a ton of people here. I'm trying to, let's see if I can find out where I might be able to find a row or I think actually I'm in the same row you are. Is there somebody actually sitting there? Yes, no?
No.
Okay, well, that's me then. I guess I'll sit next to you, Craig. That's great because I've got row 0 and...
I don't think anyone's really paid much attention, to be honest.
I guess not. There we go. So this is... have you heard any numbers, by the way?
1,775 was the last count, which sounded very specific. So I think it's a very accurate assessment, which means, unfortunately, they lost close on half of their registrations due to COVID and the pandemic. Because at one stage they were very near to 3,000, if not had surpassed 3,000.
Wow. And I'm sure that dropped a lot as it even got closer, because in the U.S., even when Biden got COVID, I assume a lot of people thought, oh, there's another strain, and they got a little bit concerned
initially
again.
There were 100 dealers advertised. We're down to 34 dealers. So the dealers room is one of the smallest in FISM history, which is quite disappointing.
34?
There are 34 dealers.
Holy moly.
And even less are, in fact, in attendance when you actually go and count in the room itself.
Right.
A lot of empty tables. Hopefully they're still en route. Competitors, normally there are 150, 160 competitors. We are, I think, down to 109 competitors. So it's going to be very interesting to see whether this becomes FISM Light or...
That's right.
Whether it's just a sign of the times.
There may be some more people who are dropping off at the last minute, but who knows, as it might get announced. We shall see. Well, good talking to you. I'm going to turn it off over here because we're getting ready to start any moment. And I know they like to be on time here. All right, so the Magic Word Podcast from the opening gala. This is in Quebec City. Scotty out. So we have just concluded the gala ceremony, and I'm here with a friend from Scotland. No, you just come in today, Peter McLaughlin. Hey, Peter.
Hi, Scotty. How are you?
I'm fantastic, and so much better now that I get to see you. I knew and heard that you were coming. Who did I talk with today? And they said, was it might have been Mandy Nico.
I saw her yesterday in a local supermarket.
That must have been it then as well. So glad. I know that you come over here frequently then as well, because before Feckers you usually go to that, what is that, the Den, something, a Magic convention?
Well, there's Browser's Den in Toronto. And I'll probably be popping in there next week before I go home.
Okay.
After this is over, not that we want to talk about that yet. I'm going down to Toronto for a few days. I'm going to visit friends and family as well.
Any problem getting out of the UK as far as
I
travel?
didn't, no. I made the wise move. I got one of those smart tags. Yeah, I got one of those for my checked luggage because, as I always do when I come onto this side of the pond, I brought my pool cues with me. So I'm going to have a little play around. And
people who don't know, Peter is not a professional pool player, but you are...
Well, I'll be honest with you, through lockdown and so forth, there was about a 2-year period where I didn't play. And then with various other things, as we speak right now, I have not played since about the start of May, just with various things going on. But I'm going to be going to the Corner Bank in Scarborough, Ontario. It's a suburb of Toronto. but I've also brought the kilt with me for Thursday night for the banquet.
Oh, man, perfect.
Yeah. So I had the checked luggage, and of course I put the smart tag in.
Yeah.
So when I sat down on the plane in Glasgow to go to London, tapped on the app, and your bag is nearby, your tag is nearby.
Which it should be.
It's like, thank you. And then the really worrying one was going through Heathrow in London, where there's been a lot of issues. But it's been at other terminals, not Terminal 5, where I was flying from. I got on the plane to fly to Montreal, and I thought, okay, let's chance this. I pressed on the app, and it said, your tag is nearby. So I knew the bag was underneath me.
Right.
So I could relax completely then, which I did. And, the journey was fine.
I thought you were going to have a twist to the story.
No, there is no twist to the story. It all worked perfectly.
That's amazing. That's good.
Everything came, the bag came out at the other end.
Kind of like this opening gala. I think everything went smoothly. I believe when I just talked with Craig Mitchell, and he was saying, I don't know who did all of the video with putting together the program, but it was just stellar.
It was absolutely stunning, that show. It really was excellent.
Yeah.
When we're standing next to the flexible poles,
sway poles,
sway poles, which are incredible to watch.
Yeah.
And I was sitting diagonally opposite the auditorium from where we're standing just now.
Yeah.
And it looked spectacular. I have no idea what it would have been like sitting underneath them as they're swaying over you.
Right. Right.
And possibly stealing your drink as they sway back. It was an excellent show. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought the nods to the four great Canadian magicians of times gone by, Di Vernon, Doug Henning, James Randi and Gary Willett, were excellent. I would like to know if the costume that the gentleman on the motorcycle was wearing was Doug Henning's costume. I think it was.
We'll have to ask Chip Romero.
We're going to have to nab Chip Romero, and he's one of the things I have got highlighted and double underlined to go and see,
Well, that's one of the things, too, Peter. There are so many different conflicting things that are happening.
Yeah.
Late at night, early in the morning. I mean, this is going just almost 24/7.
Near enough, yeah. A couple of weeks ago, when they brought out the PDF of the provisional timetable, I sat down and literally went through it and thought, who do I want to see?
Yeah.
When can I see them? And what do I definitely want to go to?
Yeah.
Put them in first. And for me, it's always the entire close-up competition. And then when I saw that it was the Talk About Vernon tomorrow night, I think that is, straight in the list.
David Benn, I believe.
Yes. And then Chip Romero's Talk About Doug Henning.
Right.
That went straight on the list as well. And then it was the lecturers that I would like to go and see. I've known Mark D'Souza, for a number of years going to Fector's. And in fact, I think I met him 20 years ago at the SAM Centenary Convention in New York.
Okay.
I've never seen him doing his history talk, so it went on the list. Jim Steinmeier is always great to listen to.
Yes.
I want to see Jared Kopp. That one does mean having to be here for 8:30 in the morning. I think Wednesday morning I have to get out of bed early.
Right.
Stuff like that. The things that I definitely wanted to see, the things I would like to see.
Yeah.
And then after that, anything else is a bonus.
Is a plus. Well, plus getting to see friends like you, and now it's just great to get together.
I mean, it's 3 years since we saw each other?
Well, because of lockdown, exactly.
Because of everything,
we didn't get to see anybody except occasionally on Zoom, but it's just not the same.
Oh, I hate Zoom. I fell out with Zoom very, very quickly.
Well, I'm glad to see you in person, and I'm looking forward to this convention as well.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
Peter, good seeing you, my friend.
Scotty, great to see you.
So, I love the way you say Scotty, better than I do, being a Scotsman. From the Magic Word Podcast, that was Peter McLaughlin. Scotty out. One of the people I see all the time, and you get to hear from time to time. And if you go back to the Magic Word Podcast and find one of these episodes with my good buddy Dal Sanders. Hello, Dal.
Wow, how you doing, Scott?
I am fantastic. Now that I'm here in Quebec City with you and so many other people who are around.
It's, we just got done with the opening show.
Yeah, you don't never know who. There's Alex Hecklau over there also.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, with the gala show, that was amazing.
The opening gala was unbelievable. This is if other magic organizations aren't looking at this saying, we need to step up our game.
Yes.
then they didn't pay attention.
I felt almost as if I'm at the Olympics, the real Olympics opening ceremony. I mean, I had goosebumps with so many times. There's so many things that were happening throughout this. It was amazing.
It truly was, and every act, every thing that was great, and I loved seeing fellow Texan up there,
Jared Kopp
playing Di Vernon, and it was just, and he has the voice down.
Oh yeah.
I've seen him when he cut his hair and shaved and actually did him, but we just saw the hands, and the hands were perfect. It was just such a great night.
Now, you are involved with the TAOM on a higher level because the Texas Association of Magicians is now a voting member of FISM, which is an exciting thing. A lot due to you. Thank you.
Well, my pleasure. I'm actually the voting representative for the Society of American Magicians, and Society of American Magicians has always thought that some of these other organizations should be part of FISM too.
Yeah.
And so I kind of talked you and Trixie and a couple of other TAOM people into it, and you guys thankfully caught the idea right away and jumped in. So
absolutely, anything we can do.
So I'm thrilled, and in fact, Domenico Dante, the current president, the outgoing president, I should say, of FISM, grabbed me yesterday and he says, "Dal, this is a great thing, making sure TAOM got in. We need to see more American." Regional groups join because America needs a larger voice in FISM. So.
More than just the the Academy Magical Arts, basically, and us.
TAOM, SAM, IBM, Academy Magical Arts, Magic Castle, and CAM.
SAM.
SAM, I said that first. But CAM is Canadian Association of Magicians.
Sorry,
And also the Quebec group is also a member of the North American Conference.
If there are organizations who are listening to this, or someone who represents an organization, how would they go about that? Who do they contact if they are interested in aligning with the FISM?
Well, I've got a little experience on how to do it now. You can contact me, and I'll tell you.
How do they get you?
I'm Dal at StageMagic.com, same place I've always been. Just get Dal Sanders, StageMagic.com. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, putting it out there in the ether, but we'll see. But I've already pulled all the, for TAOM, I pulled all the directions and all the steps that people go through, and it'll be just an easy mail, email you all the rules from FISM. And it's time for America to have a bigger voice in the world magic organization.
That's a good point. When you stop and think about America being as large as Europe, you can fit many European countries within America, the United States of America. And so, since each of those countries have a voice, we should have more than just one or four voices.
Well, we up until this year we had 5 voices. Up until 3 years ago we had 4 voices. Now we have 5, and now we have 6.
That's right.
So I'm excited. And TAOM, in association with the Society of American Magicians, will be hosting the North American Championship of Magic in 2024 in Dallas, Texas, to help Dallas, Texas and the Dallas Magic Club celebrate its 100th anniversary. What a party that's going to be.
And that's going to be the first weekend of September, Labor Day weekend.
Yes, first weekend in September. Actually, it starts August, I think, 30th, and we'll go on to September 2nd or something like that. September 5th.
So as you were listening to this podcast a little bit earlier when I was talking with Tom Gentile and with John Sturk, they didn't want to tip that yet. So I'm glad that you said that. They weren't sure whether that it was going to be announced, but thank you for announcing it.
They didn't want to tip something else. So catch up with me tomorrow.
Okay.
There's still more news.
I know. Okay. I'm excited. Look at it. My hair is standing up on my arm. I'm excited.
NACM is definitely happening in Dallas.
Yeah.
We got the bid, and that's definitely happening in 2024.
And you say NACM, that means North American Championships. So for people who want to compete in FISM, they can come to Dallas in 24 to compete to attend FISM with their act.
Right. Any American that wants to compete in the 2025 World
Championship.
Championship.
Or North American.
Any North American.
Mexico, Canada, wherever.
That's correct. That wants to compete in the FISM, the World Championship in 2025. The path to do that is through Dallas. That will be the only way. That'll be the championships. All the FISM competitors will be chosen in Dallas in 2024.
Yeah, exciting. Dal, thank you very much. I appreciate it, my friend.
Thank
Always
you,
good spending time with you.
We'll see you soon.
All right, so the Magic Word Podcast. That was Dal Sanders. Scotty out. So we finished the evening gala show. That was the opening ceremony. It was fantastic. And we just finished then also with a presentation that was kicked off by Houstoun. I always pronounce Houstoun, but I'm from Houston, and Houston is spelled differently than the way he spells his name. So I call him Houstoun. And as we talked earlier, you heard that he never corrected me. So he's fine either way, I guess. But now I'm speaking with someone, Luis de Matos, and I'm saying that correctly.
Of course. You always said my name correctly. And you can say it anywhere you want, any way you want. I would always...
Just say, hey, you. How about that?
There you go. It's perfect.
Now, you've got a lot of stuff you're going to be doing while you're here also. You're going to be doing some presentations and some interviews?
I will do some interviews. I call it intimate conversations because I think that's one of the best values for me at FISM. I've been coming to FISM since I'm 18.
Wow. So like what, 3 years? Or this is like your fourth one maybe?
Yeah.
You still look young, young.
So I since 1988, I came to every FISM. And for me...
It was Den Haag?
Yes. And for me, one of the most exciting things is whenever, in more recent FISMs where suddenly I have friends and so to spend time with these friends, which are, some of them we feel very close, but we only see every 3 years. But during this week, we have lots of conversations that are even more interesting than the events itself.
Well, the last 2 years, my goodness, the way we've had this lockdown and things that we've had to endure, and saying, well, how did you deal with this? And how did you deal with it? The things that you did, you gave a presentation. Where was that? Recently, it was online.
We did that at Magic Live.
Magic Live, that was the most amazing thing that you said about how that you...
we just reinvent ourselves. We ended up doing 3 completely different projects. And yes, and I have been talking to friends about that.
Right.
So these sessions that I'll be kind of hosting today, tomorrow, and the day after, it's conversations, intimate conversations with friends that I've known for many, many years. But they will be public. So I'm going to be talking with Arturo Brachetti.
Tonight.
Yes, tonight. I will be talking with Max Maven. I'll be talking with Topaz. But I wish that some of the conversations that I see other people having, I wish I could listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to have conversations that people are welcome to listen, because I think it's one of the most interesting things at FISM is to see people, to listen to opinions, to change ideas, and that's a big family gathering, basically.
You have over the years had some really great guests. Of course, I remember Paul Daniels and several others that you had, and I like your interview style or a conversation style, much as like with the Magic Word, I know you listen, that it is a conversation with, I don't have an agenda as far as an outline or anything when I talk with people. Now, when you have these and you're given an allotted amount of time, do you kind of have a few bullet points, or beforehand you talk with them? Or?
Oh yeah, no, I like to be prepared, but the advantage of talking with people that we know very well, I know what they don't usually talk about, and they have interesting opinions. So I try to, I try. The interview, it's not about the questions, it's about the answers. So I'm just an excuse for them to talk. And sometimes an interviewer needs to realize that what is important is to get the interviewee talking and saying things and opening himself.
That's exactly right, because sometimes I feel like I want to prime the pump, if you will, and I start telling a story about myself just so they can say, oh yeah, that reminds me, I did such and such.
Yeah, that's great. But it's always ways of getting them to talk.
Sure.
And you do better than anyone, because you are always interviewing people, and even here, sitting at the end of a presentation fantastic presentation. So yeah, for me it's very exciting to do that.
Who is one of the? I mean, I have some people who are my favorites that I've talked with. That when people say, "What would you recommend?" Here are a few that I would say you need to listen to. Like Armando Lucero was amazing when I talked with him, and Garrett Thomas and Brad Henderson, a few people, and of course Paul Daniels was amazing when I had him. Have you had some people you've spoken to that stand out to you?
Oh, I mean, there's one thing, the fragility of life is something that you are aware of when you miss some people, when they are not here anymore. So you have the clear sensation that, okay, I will never be able to ask this person anything that it comes to my mind again. So therefore, it gives extreme importance to the conversations that we had in the past. I will never be able to ask questions to Paul Daniels again. I will never be able to ask questions to René Lavin again.
Yeah, wow.
So I keep in my heart, in my memory, all the great conversations, all intimate, and some of them public and documented, and some of them just not undocumented and only present in my memory.
Right. Well, that's true. And it's good to keep those kinds of memories then also. And I know sometimes when you are talking with someone in a public forum, as I do, like on the podcast, sometimes as well, knowing that that's going to be living forever digitally someplace, there may be some things that they don't want to share.
But the good thing is that you need to respect that. If they say, "Look,
I don't want to go there,"
that's fine. Yeah. It's totally fine. Yeah. And because it's not like we are not interviewing the candidates for presidency of anything, where you need to attack and uncover and no, this is just a
conversation.
Exactly
what you're saying.
That's it. It's non-pretentious. It's just two guys that know each other talking about interesting stuff.
And the people who are listening are feeling as if that they're almost eavesdropping on a conversation between friends.
Exactly that. That is the feeling that I think is, because I feel privileged when I see two people speaking and they allow me to listen. And we learn a lot. We learn more when we listen than when we talk.
Which goes back about how that I got started when I was having a few beers with Simon Lovell at a bar one time. And after about 2 hours, we hadn't picked up a deck of cards. We were still just talking about ideas and theories and friends and everything. And he said, this would have been a great lecture if people would have been sitting out there listening to what we had to say. And I kept this in my mind, and I thought, okay, that's what I want this podcast to be about.
Yeah, I think because there's no other place where you can listen to people talking, and not everything is about learning a trick and a move and knowing a bit of gossip. Is just knowing what does he have in his head? How does he see this?
What is your process, for an example? What is your muse? How do you create? Because you create different than I do, and everybody here.
Of course, and it's very important to know that.
Sure.
And so that's why I like to do interviews or have conversations that I would love to listen.
Yeah.
So that's my way of just conducting a conversation like that.
I just finished posting episode number 700 with Mike Caveney. Every 50 podcasts, I have like a milestone. I think about having you as number 750 or something. There could be something amazing we could talk about.
I'll be there.
Thank you, Luis. I appreciate your time here and looking forward to listening to your conversations.
There you go.
So with the Magic Word Podcast, that was Luis Matos, Scotty out.
Anything for you.
All
right, go ahead.
Thank you. So we are here then with David Kaye, Silly Billy, and so good to see you, my friend.
You too. It's great to see. It's really great. I didn't go to Magic Live.
Yeah.
I didn't do the big convention. It's great to be at a convention again.
You've kind of been...
I've been working.
Well, that's
good. My God. I'i've been working like crazy.
Have things really picked up after COVID or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really busy. Hello, Gay Blackstone.
And how are you doing?
I'm good. We're being recorded right now.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You Gay, say hello.
Say
hello.
You remember her from earlier in this episode, because I'm going to go home. We're going to go post this shortly. So, say that again.
I said, and this is why we're here, because in the world of magic, there are so many just wonderful people. Now, aside from being great performers, they are just sincerely good people.
And you're one of them, David.
Oh, gee, thank you.
David is totally one of them.
Thank you, Kaye.
So you're on record now. There you go.
No, that's fine.
So, just real quickly,
Yes,
so
sir.
things you said were going very well with as far as
Very
coming back
busy,
up. Okay.
very busy. I think that, when you're a kid and you miss out on your 5th birthday, you don't get a do-over. And birthdays are really important to kids. So, I think the parents realize that, and
double the money into it.
they're spending money, and they're trying. Maybe it's a guilt, who knows what? They feel bad for their kids, but they're spending money on birthday parties again.
Wow.
It's wild.
Would you say that at this point you are back to the same level you were pre-COVID yet, or not?
I'm
Or
above pre-COVID.
That's great.
Yeah, it's
Good for you.
great. It's
now,
wild.
are you saying you're unique, perhaps, or are there others? Have you talked with other kid show magicians? Or
In New
general?
York, everyone's doing better.
Okay.
It's crazy. We talk constantly. We send shows to each other because we're all booked, and we just keep passing shows, and people can't find anybody. But it's as far as the rest of the country, I'm not as sure.
Yeah.
In the South and in the red states, if you will. Yeah. A lot of those guys didn't really pause.
No, we didn't. We didn't, like in Texas, we didn't have a mask mandate.
Right. So that they didn't have the same experience that we're having in the North.
California probably too is like New York.
I think so too. Yeah.
Interesting comment.
Yeah.
You enjoying FISM so far? I mean, we just started.
I know we just started, but it's just great to be here. I love FISM so much. I've been to every FISM since, I shouldn't say this, since 91.
91.
Okay. Lausanne.
My first one was 88.
Oh, you're so lucky. You beat me by one. That's great. And that was Madrid, I think?
No, that was in Den Haag.
Den Haag, okay.
Yeah. So, we have been, I've been going to several of them for over the years, and it's been just a lot of fun. I'm glad that we've had a chance to get together again, even though they had to wait a year or two longer than what they were normally planning.
But, there's a group of people who go to every FISM. From all over the world.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And that's what's great about being at FISM is to see them again.
There are some people who only come to this from around the world.
Yes.
That we may not see from Germany.
Yes, the Australians, they always
Exactly.
send up 10 guys and they take a month off.
Yeah.
And this year, I've met so many Germans.
Yeah.
So they're all here.
I'm always sure I'm going to see Craig Mitchell for an example.
He's here. Of course he's here.
Well, I sat next to him during a
good,
show.
good,
So,
good. Yeah.
Well, it's been fun. Well, David, good to see you, my friend.
Great to see you, Scott. I hope you have a great FISM, and we're all going to be. We still have energy today, even though we all woke up very early to get here.
Yes.
But it's going to be a great FISM.
I think it's going to be good. Looking forward to it. So for the Magic Word Podcast, I think we're going to call this a night. That was David Kaye, Silly Billy, and also Gabe Blackstone. Scotty out.